So what's up? I got a story to tell of when me and my friends got caught smoking weed, and I got caught with 10 grams of weed uh, by the cops. It's pretty funny, so you might want to watch the whole thing. So I'm with my friend Steven. He don't smoke that much. He lives with his grandma. His grandma doesn't fuck with it. So I was with Steven, and I'm trying to smoke. He's trying to smoke, and I said, I got money. Let's hit up the plug. I bought 10 grams. He got the woods. He said, yeah, I'm gonna fuse them together and we're gonna have one big wood. And hit up my friend Jacob. Because I was thinking, we can go to his place and smoke there. And Steven's like, no, I don't want to go over there. I don't want to go that far. So I was like, okay, we can go to the park. Which is not that, it's not that far from where we were. And he's like, no, I don't want to go that far. So I'm like, okay, like, where are we gonna smoke then? And he's like, we're gonna have to look for a spot. I'm like, oh, fuck, right? Like, this is sketching me out already. So there's like this neighborhood by my old middle school. We're super close to my middle school, and like there's a neighborhood like around it. And then on the other side there's a wall, and behind that wall is the college. And it's a straight wall, but then there's like an indent in the wall, and there's a tree. So Steven thought, it was like, oh, we'll go behind the tree, close to the wall, so the tree would cover us, and it will be good. And to be honest, it wasn't really a very, there wasn't much traffic on that road. So Jacob wanted to come, or I asked him to come or something, and he comes, right? He gets here, and Steven, it takes him like 2 hours to roll a blunt, right? If you some I don't fucking know. I don't know why we let him do that. But we saw this car pass by us, and it was this old lady. She kind of gave us that look, that little stank look, right? And we didn't really think much of it, I don't think. And he finally gets done rolling. It's been like an hour or two, it felt like. And he's dropping little bits of bud on the ground. So after he rolled it, he's picking up these little specks of bud in the dirt, right? Because he has no bud. Like, he never gets bud, so he has this little tiny, not even a handful, like this little whatever, a fucking dirt swag, I don't know. And then yeah, we started smoking, and we're smoking, and the blunt's almost done, right? And I have my dumbass. I have the bag, 10 grams of weed in my hand, fit right in the palm of my hand, it was that fucking big. And I don't know, those are some big ass nugs. I think he gave me a little bit more than 10 grams, but I don't know. So yeah, I'm next to Jacob. Right, so I don't know what Steven's doing. He's probably still on the ground picking up little bits of fucking bud off the ground. And I look over to Jacob, and I'm like, hey, do you want to... No. I said, do you want to hold the bag? Yeah, I was like, yeah, do you want to hold the bag of bud? Do you want to feel it? You want to just hold it? And he's like, nah. And he's like, you're upright, and he's like, no. And I'm like, shit, okay, fine. And I take it the last hit or the last few hits of the blunt, and then I hear walking. I hear clanking or whatever, and I look up at 2 cops right in front of us. right? And they're just looking at us. And my dumbass, I have the roach in my right hand, and I have the whole bag of weed in my left hand. And I put it right behind my back, like they didn't see me, right? Like they didn't see me with it. And he was like, okay, bring it over, like, get over here. So oh, yeah. And when Steven saw the cops, he took the little bits of bud in his hand and he threw it over the wall, like a dumbass. And the cops started freaking out because he thought he threw pills. So the cops are like, we're asking Steven, what did he throw? Like, was asking us, what did he throw, and asking Steven, what did he throw? Like, we have to know what you threw. Like if it's pills, like, if you're throwing pills, like, we need to know. Like, we're gonna find it anyway if it's pills, or, like, some shit like that. He was making a big deal out of it. And I'm like, oh, fuck. Like, I'm trying to tell him, it's just little bits of bud he had in his hand, and the cops weren't buying it. Steven's a fucking dumbass. And they searched, they didn't find nothing, so I guess they believed us, right? And yeah, they put us in handcuffs, or they take my weed. They take my weed, and they put us in handcuffs. They take our names, our addresses, or I think our phone numbers or something. I don't know. They just get our information, and we're sent by on the curb by the cop cars, and they're like, so here's the deal. We don't really care about the weed. We just don't want to babysit y'all. That's pretty much it. That's almost like exactly what he said. Like, we do not want to babysit y'all over some weed. So if you can get a ride, if you can get a family member to ride you home, like to get a ride home right now, we'll let you go. But if you can't, we're gonna have to take you in. And so, like, I know my grandma got me, you know, so I wasn't really worried about it. I was like, oh fuck, thank God. But I think Steven was tweaking, I think, yeah. Probably Jacob too. I don't know. But yeah, I call my grandma, she picks me up, and she's like, she's mad at me or whatever, and I didn't give a fuck. I was just mad that I lost that bag of weed. I was so pissed I lost that bag of weed. And so Jacob tells me, I think the next day or something, or sometime afterwards, that when Steven's grandma came, and she was pissed. She was yelling. She was like, Steven, what the fuck are you doing? What the fuck are you doing smoking weed outside and getting caught by the cops? And Steven was like, I was just smoking with my friends Jacob and Sean. And she was like, who the fuck is Jacob? And Jacob was just sitting here in the corner, like, right there. And then I could be remembering this wrong, but he might have told me that, like, his grandma, like, grabbed him by the ear, or, like, grabbed him and fucking took him home or whatever, and he got grounded for, like, forever or something. I don't know. And then Jacob went home. But, yeah, it's a short story, but it's pretty funny. You know, almost got caught smoking weed. Well, I did get caught smoking weed. I almost got arrested. And, you know, it's only 9 minutes. I guess I'll talk about the 2 other times that I've almost gotten arrested smoking weed. I was in... So this was I think that was the first time. So the second time was... I don't know. I moved away from my original house, and I was in, like, this trailer park house, right? Not a trailer park, but a mobile home. A trailer, yeah. But, with my grandma. I started living with my grandma at that time. And there was this gas station in front of the place, the mobile home place, you know. And behind the gas station, there's a big ditch, and like a huge ditch. There's a gas station, huge ditch, and then a wall. And then behind this wall is a whole bunch of shrubbery and like bushes. And there's this one little space where you can crawl into, right, and kind of be hidden. And I wasn't able, like, my grandma didn't like me smoking, so I would smoke there during the day. And I would go there. I had a bunch of weed. You know, I rolled up a joint. I'm more of a joint guy. So I rolled up a joint. I'm just smoking it. Or I might have had a bowl, but I think I had a joint. It might be both. But, I was smoking it, and I'm like, towards the end or something. Or something like that, you know, I'm smoking, and then I had a Gatorade with me because I went to the store and got Gatorade before I went and smoked. And I had everything in this little capsule, like all my blood and shit. And I think I put like the roach in there. And this cop car pulls up. And I instantly, like, before he saw, I could see him before he saw me. And I instantly, I chucked my fucking, all my weed. I chucked everything to the other side of the fucking bushes, where I could never maybe reach it. You know, like I chucked it far. And the cop, like, sits there, and he rolls down his window. And he's like, "What are you doing here? Like, what are you doing?" And I'm like, I'm freaking out. And I'm like, I'm high. I live in Florida, so it's hot all the time. So I was like, oh, I'm just in the shade. I'm hiding from the heat. You know, I'm gonna drink my Gatorade. You know, I'm trying to rehydrate. And he kind of just looks at me. He doesn't say anything else. He just kind of just looks at me. And he rolls up his window and goes away. And I wait a few minutes. And I'm like, I'm not wasting that weed. So I go and I grab into the bushes, right? And I find the weed. And I walk instantly back into my grandma's house like nothing happened. It was so dumb. And the other time, I was smoking with Pops. You know, my favorite homeless person, Pops. He was pretty cool. Pops, I was smoking with another homeless dude. We called him Black Pops because he was black, and they were good friends with Pops. So it was like Pops 2.0, but it was black. You know. And like one or two other people, and we're smoking, we're passing around this joint, or like these few joints. And then all of a sudden Pops stopped passing the joint. He puts it in a cigarette box, and I'm like, did this dude just like, because I think we all matched. And I'm like, is this dude just like taking, like, is he just gonna take it? Like, what the fuck? Like, I think I threw in, like I want to smoke. And everyone else is dead quiet, and I didn't get the memo because me and Pops were facing away from the rest of the park, and everyone else was facing towards the park. And then I'm like, Pops, like, take it out, like, spark it up again. And Pops is like, shut the fuck up. Like, Pops is like, shut up, right? And I'm like, you're gonna take our weed? And I forgot what he said. He said something. I think he might have said like cops or something. And I'm like, oh shit. And I look behind me. Boom, there's a cop car like a few feet away from me, like behind us. Like there isn't like, the cop went off. The cop specifically, that cop car specifically was for us because it went off the road into the park in front of the tennis thing and sat right next to our pavilion. And we were just sitting there for like 20 minutes, and we just stood still. I don't think we even said that much. We just sit still and just sat there. And I was like, oh shit, like I'm getting scared, man. Like the longer that cop was sitting there, like the more scared I was getting. And yeah, the cop went away, and I think we smoked the rest of it and just dispersed and left. Stupid. But yeah, those are the only experiences I've had with cops that involves drugs. So yeah, if you're gonna smoke or do drugs, don't do it in public. Never do it in public. Do it in your house. Do it at someone else's house. It's not worth it in public, man. Like, it's fucked. Especially in Florida, where I'm at, in the area I'm in. There's cops fucking everywhere, and they don't play, and they're fucking mean. Most of them. But yeah, that's pretty much it. So I hope it was somewhat enjoyable, but leave a like, please, and subscribe. I'm begging you. But yeah, thank you for watching.